Number 10. Shuffle. In present times, gods and demons coexist together with humans after the door between each of these worlds had opened. Tsuchimi Rin is a normal young high school student attending Verbena Academy, spending his days living peacefully with his childhood friend Keed. Unexpectedly, one day the king of gods, the king of demons and their families, move in to be Rin's next-door neighbors. Apparently the daughter of the gods, Sia, and the daughter of the demons, Narian, are both deeply in love with Rin, after having met him in the past. Along with his playful friendship with upperclass Manesa, and his encounter with the silent but cute Primula, Rin has much on his hands dealing with the affections of each of these girls. Number 9. Sankore. Ever since he was a child, zombie-obsessed Chihiro Furuya has wanted an undead girlfriend. Soon enough, his love for all things zombie comes in handy when his cat Babu gets run over, prompting Chihiro to try to make a resurrection potion and bring him back to life. During his endeavor, he sees a rich girl named Dre Sanka yelling into an old well every day about her oppressive life. After meeting and bonding with her, Chihiro is convinced by Ray to persevere in saving Babu. Eventually, he succeeds with the help of the poisonous hydrangea flowers from Ray's family garden. Unaware of the potion's success and seeking to escape the burdens of her life, Ray drinks the resurrection potion, mistakenly thinking she will die. Though it doesn't kill her, the effects still linger, and her death from a fatal accident causes her to be reborn as a zombie. With help from Chihiro, Ray strives to adjust to her new albeit undead life. For a boy wanting a zombie girlfriend, this situation would seem like a dream come true. But in Sankaria, Chihiro's life becomes stranger than usual, as he deals with Ray's odd new cravings, and the unforeseen consequences of her transformation. Number 8. Freezing. Decades into the future, humanity is under siege by an alien race known as the Novas. These inhuman beings leave devastation in their wake whenever they appear, with the efforts to stave them off becoming known as Nova Clashes. Young women known as Pandoras and young men known as Limiters are implanted with stigmata to give them superhuman powers, and are trained in military academies, where they must learn to work together if humanity is to have a chance of surviving. Freezing tells the story of Kazaya Aoi as he sets out for his first day at the West Genetics Military Academy, right when a battle royale is being undertaken by the Pandoras. It is here that he mistakes Satellizor Elbridget, a powerful Pandora known as the Untouchable Queen, as his deceased sister, and embraces her. Though he costs her the match, she finds that his touch doesn't drive her away, and decides to take him as her limiter. The only question is whether or not their partnership can survive the machinations of their upperclassmen, and the impending battle with the Novas. Number 7. Mysterious Girlfriend X. Every girl is a mystery when you're a 16-year-old boy, but Makoto Europe is in another league. She carries scissors hidden in her panties. She sleeps on her desk every day. She seems to have no friends whatsoever. But none of that can compare to what happens when Tsubaki Akira decides on a whim to taste a drop of her drool while Europe sleeps. From that moment onward, things between Europe and Akira are never the same, and the mysterious girl slowly becomes Akira's mysterious girlfriend. Along with their friends Ueno Kauhei and Okayuko, Akira and Europe try and navigate the minefield of high school first romance, and all the strange things that happen along the way. Number 6. Bigata HK. Most people, including the girl herself, would say that first-year high school student Yamada is beautiful and perfect. Despite this, she is working towards a peculiar goal: to have sex with 100 men by the end of high school. Trying to put some sense into her head, Yamada's best friend, Miharu Takashita, points out a major flaw in that plan: she is completely inexperienced with men. However, the reason behind this is that Yamada thinks her lady parts look strange, and believes others will judge her for it. As a result, Yamada decides that her first time must be with a fellow virgin, since they will not hurt or scare her. After a fateful encounter, she sets her sights on the shy and average Takashi Kasuda, an aspiring photographer with a heart of gold. With contending rivals for his affection and her own raging hormones, Yamada must find ways to seduce Kasuda and take his cherry. However, as she gets closer to Kasuda, she finds herself increasingly enjoying their time spent together. Number 5. Heaven's Lost Property. Ever since he was a child, Tomoki Sakurai has always woke up with tears after a dream of an angel. His childhood friend Sahara Mitsuki worries about this, and decides to seek the help of Aishiro Sugata, an eccentric sky maniac. He concludes that Tomoki's dream is undoubtedly connected to what is known as the New World, a floating anomaly that scientists have failed to understand. Recruiting the New World Discovery Club's first members, Aishiro schedules a time to meet up in order to observe the mystery in the sky. That day, Tomoki's peaceful life is changed forever when a strange girl falls from the sky, and begins to call him master. Sorano Tashimono follows the daily activities of the New World Discovery Club as they begin to learn more about the angeloids that have arrived on Earth. Number 4. Everyday life with monster girls. With his parents abroad, Kimihito Karusu lived a quiet, unremarkable life alone until monster girls came crowding in. This alternate reality presents cutting-edge Japan, the first country to promote the integration of non-human species into society. After the incompetence of interspecies exchange coordinator Agent Smith leaves Kimihito as the homestay caretaker of a lamia named Mia, the newly minted darling quickly attracts girls of various breeds, resulting in an ever-growing harem flush with eroticism and attraction. Unfortunately for him and the ladies, sexual interactions between species is forbidden by the Interspecies Exchange Act. The only loophole is through an experimental marriage provision. Kimihito's life becomes fraught with an abundance of creature-specific caveats and sensitive interspecies law as the passionate, affectionate, and lusty women hound his every move, seeking his romantic and sexual affections. With new species often appearing and events materializing out of thin air, where Kimihito and his harem go is anyone's guess. Number 3. The Fruit of Grisea. Yuji Kazami is a transfer student who has just been admitted into Mihama Academy. He wants to live an ordinary high school life, but this dream of his may not come true anytime soon, as Mihama Academy is quite the opposite. Consisting of only the principal and 5 other students, all of whom are girls, Yuji becomes acquainted with each of them, discovering more about their personalities as socialization is inevitable. Slowly, he begins to learn about the truth behind the small group of students occupying the academy. They each have their own share of traumatic experiences which are tucked away from the world. Mihama Academy acts as a home for these girls. They are the fruit which fell from their trees and have begun to decay. It is up to Yuji to become the catalyst to save them from themselves. But how can he save another when he cannot even save himself? Number 2. And you thought there is never a girl online. After mustering up the courage to propose to a girl in an online game, naive otaku Hideki Ryujin Nishimura is devastated when she flat out rejects him. To make matters worse, the girl reveals that she is actually an older man in real life. With his dreams crushed and his heart broken, Ryujin comes to an abrupt decision in the midst of his raging fit. He will never trust another girl in an online game again. Years later, Ryujin is now in a guild with 3 other players, one of whom possesses a female avatar by the name of Eiko. Eiko is deeply in love with Ryujin and wants to marry him. Although he entertains the possibility that she might be a guy, Ryujin accepts her proposal, claiming that her gender doesn't matter as long as she is cute in the game. However, after a discussion between guild members that led to all of them having an offline meeting, Ryujin finds out that Eiko, along with the other members, are not just girls, but also his schoolmates. Number 1. Lord Marksman and Vanitas. In a fantasy version of Europe, a war between enemy countries is brewing. One of these countries, Sked, has its 7 regions ruled by war maidens, known as Vanitas. Equipped with powerful dragon-carved weapons, Eleonora Elin Voltaria, one of the Vanitas, launches an invasion against their neighboring rival country of Brunn. Eventually, Tigrevamit Tigerborn, a young archer and an earl for Brunn's region of Ulsus, has his entire army decimated at Elin's hands. In a strange twist of events, Elin spares Tiger and gives him the order, "Become mine." What could be the meaning behind this new alliance? Adapted from the light novel written by Tsukasa Kawaguchi, Maiden no Uta Vanitas is an epic adventure filled with complex war tactics and beautiful women. Trapped in a multinational conflict, Tiger and Elin are swept up in a war filled with dark secrets, conspiracies, and corruption.
We honor the hero.